Hello everybody, it's Julie from Goody Goody Gluten-Free. I am here to show you guys how to make an awesome avocado smoothie. Okay, so I've been having some trouble seeing if people are joining, so if you're shouting out and I don't respond, that's probably why, because I just didn't see it. But I see we have one person on the call so far. Hello. So this is going to be a smoothie using avocado, carob, chocolate, flax seeds, cinnamon, flax oil, tiger nuts, probiotics, stevia. So I'm going to show you guys what the ingredients are before I show you how to make it. Okay. So you have about a half of an avocado here, and mine's a little brown because I left it in the refrigerator without the pit, and if you put the pit in it with the refrigerator, it keeps it from going brown, but it's okay, you can still use it, not to fear. Then we have here about a tablespoon of flax seeds, 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, and I always, without fail, use flax seeds and hemp seeds in all of my smoothies, just because flax seeds are really great for, it's a healthy fat, it's good for healthy bowels, not to be gross, but it is. It's like chia seeds, and you can use chia seeds or use flax seeds. Hemp seeds are a complete plant-based protein, and they are loaded with iron, so that's really good for people that are iron deficient. And then I have a tablespoon of cocoa powder and a tablespoon of carob, and I combine the two because I don't like to use a lot of caffeine in my smoothies, and I'm using an unsweetened cocoa powder. And carob powder doesn't have caffeine in it. It's a plant-based substitute for chocolate. It doesn't taste like chocolate, but if you combine it with the cocoa powder, you don't even notice the difference, and it still tastes really chocolatey and creamy. And then I always like to put in my probiotic. I use 2, which is 100 billion. You can use 50 billion, you can use 20 billion, whatever your doctor suggests that you use. And then we have the tiger nuts here, which I did want to show you because this is what I'm using for my milk source. So what I do is I take about a half a cup of these guys, and they're like, I'll show you them in a second. They're like little, they look like nuts, but they're actually not nuts. They're a Mediterranean tuber root vegetable that kind of looks like the cross between a macadamia nut and the shell of a peanut. And I take about a half a cup of those and 2 cups of water and blend that, and then over a bowl with a nut bag, I drain the mixture, discarding the shell, and that becomes my milk. And that stays for about 2 days before it spoils. Okay, so and then we have cinnamon for flavor and sweetener, and sweet leaf stevia, which is a low glycemic sweetener with 0 calories. So there we go. So now I'm gonna start. Okay. Hey! Really excited to be here for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna see if you can see this. You know, I'm gonna have to end up doing it like this. So we're gonna put the avocado in there like that, okay? Then we have your 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder and your 1 tablespoon of carob, just like that. And I wanna show you the one I use. This is the carob powder I use, Chatfield's. It is made in a dedicated gluten-free facility. It is soy-free, gluten-free, dairy-free. The only ingredients are natural roasted carob powder, if you can see that, which is really great because there's no additives, there's no extra stuff, and you don't want that. You don't want all the extra additives. That means it's processed, and you don't want that. And then for the cocoa powder, I know this is a shocker. Most people use raw cacao, but my body actually can't handle raw cacao. The amount of the caffeine content is so extreme for me that I am wired beyond, and I literally can't function. So I use Hershey cocoa powder, and this is probably the only thing processed in my entire diet that I will ever use. And it's so processed that a lot of that caffeine content doesn't seem to bother me. It is gluten-free, and I do condone this powder, you know. Most probably wouldn't. Okay, so we got that. We got the tablespoon of flax seeds. So you can see that these flax seeds look golden. Most flax seeds are either golden or lighter, and it doesn't matter which ones you use. The flavor will vary ever so slightly, but because we have the chocolate in there, you're really not gonna notice it. So if you're at the market and they only have the golden flax seeds and they don't have the darkened ones, don't freak out. Just get what you see, because it's not gonna be a big deal. And then we have the 2 tablespoons of hemp hearts. I usually use organic, but you can use the non-organic ones as well. And here are the non-organic ones. I use a Manitoba Harvest is a brand that I like to use. Okay, so we got those in there. Okay, and then we got the probiotic for someone else that just jumped on the call. This is the probiotic. It's Ultimate Flora Critical Care. So this is really great for women because there's vaginal support with, you know, yeast and things like that. So I like to use those. And I open up the capsules. See? I'm gonna open it. Oops. Ha! It fell in. Just gonna get that out. Uh-oh. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to spoon that out. Hold on one second. This actually goes perfect with this whole video because I want to teach you guys not to be so afraid to make mistakes in the kitchen. So I had to spoon out the capsule. It's not going to make a difference on the smoothie. Don't be so afraid to mess up your smoothie. You're really not going to mess it up. Okay. I'm just gonna, there we go. Take that. I'm gonna open it up. Pour it on in. Okay. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Julie Rosenthal. I'm a board-certified holistic health coach and gluten-free blogger, and I'm the creator of GoodyGoodyGlutenFree.com, which I actually newly just launched. It got a huge makeover, so feel free and go and check it out. Tons of recipes, spiritual self-care, clean eating, and really how to love your lifestyle even though it's limited, which is a big thing for us these days with so many issues, so many medical problems. We go on to these elimination diets and these clean eating diets, and a lot of people don't know how to transition from a processed lifestyle into this diet and still love it. So there are ways to do that. So then, you see, that's my cinnamon. And I just do like a few pinches. You can do like a half a teaspoon or more if you're a cinnamon lover. Okay, and then I get rid of that. Same with the stevia, just a pinch, because stevia is actually a lot stronger than sugar. And if you use too much stevia, you'll have an aftertaste. So again, just a pinch. I can even smell it from here. Stevia is a plant. It's derived from a plant, actually. Totally plant-based, not processed, very low glycemic, excellent for diabetics. Then we have the flax oil by Barlean's. I really like this flax oil, and I don't measure it, just a squeeze, just like that. You're only getting a little bit, like that. Okay, and then we have the 1 cup of milk. So I'm not, again, dairy-free. This is the tiger nut milk, and that's what I was talking about, the tiger nuts earlier. So I did 1 cup. And I'm only doing 1 cup right now because I actually want to show you a common mistake that some people do make and then freak out that their smoothies are too thick. 1 cup of liquid against a half of an avocado may end up looking like almost like a pudding, a very thick pudding consistency, and then you may think, oh, my smoothie's really thick, that's gross. It's not what I wanted it to be thinner. So I want to show you guys what it looks like when your smoothie is too thick. So there we go, that's the whole thing. Okay. It's gonna get really noisy. I'm gonna shake it up. Okay, and I would usually probably, you know, shake it on there for a little longer as well, but for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so you can even see from there, that's pretty thick. It almost looks like you could just eat that with a spoon. It's like a mixture. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like in there. Let me see if that works. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's not even really pouring forward. It's kind of thick. So this is where I would add more liquid. So if you want it to be thinner, I would do about another half a cup of liquid. And it doesn't have to be the same liquid you used before. Like we did tiger nut milk, the 1 cup of tiger nut milk, and now I'm gonna use, this is my homemade hemp milk. And what I do with homemade hemp milk, if you guys want that recipe really quick, is 3 cups of water to 1/2 cup of hemp seeds, mixed in a NutriBullet or a high-speed blender, and then drained with a nut bag over a large bowl, discarding the pulp. And that gives you about 3 cups of hemp milk, if not a little more, and even sometimes you can go with 4 cups of water. But with tiger nuts, it's just 2 cups of water. So I'm just gonna gauge it, and that's another thing I'm gonna talk about. I'm gauging it. That may be a half a cup, I'm not even sure, but that's really is the purpose of working with a smoothie in steps before you see all the final recipes online. So we're gonna try that again. See if that makes it better. I also like to do ice last. There's nothing better than a very cold smoothie. It's delicious. So this for most people is probably the consistency you would want to go with. And I think this is really nice consistency there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna pour that into a glass. But for me, I would even go a little thinner. I really prefer almost like a thick chocolate milk consistency rather than a milkshake, and this is a milkshake. So if you're looking for that milkshake consistency, you're probably looking at 1.5 cups of liquid or 1.25 cups of liquid. And if you want it thinner, you're looking at 2 cups of liquid or 2.5 cups of liquid. Just gonna put in a little more. I've just lost my little cap, okay. This is good. And what you're getting with this smoothie, and the reason I put superfoods in my smoothie, is because you're getting such a healthy punch. You're getting so many different nutrients and minerals from using the flax seeds and the hemp seeds and the different varying liquids, the probiotic and the tiger nuts, which are actually really a pre-probiotic. So you're getting so many different things from so many different places all in one drink, and it's just so good for your body. So this is the perfect consistency. So what we did, I think we did 1.5 here. I'm gonna pour this into a glass. I'm not gonna put the ice in it for now for the purpose of this video, but I normally would. Right now I would probably put like a big handful of ice, remix that up, and then pour it in, and that would be absolutely delicious. So there we go. That's perfect, really nice. Love that. And if you freeze it for like good 20 minutes, oh my God, it's like heaven. So I'm just gonna put a straw in this. We're gonna taste this. I think it's gonna be divine. Really good. Now for me, this is a little bit less sugary. So if you want more sugar, you may want to add more stevia. If you don't have a candida or a sugar yeast issue, you can use 1 or 2 dates. You can even use prunes, and that also helps in the bowel department as well, and it gives you that sweetness that you're looking for, but it doesn't taste like prunes, it tastes like chocolate. And then you can also do vanilla extract, maple syrup, a little bit of sea salt to off balance that, more cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, anything really. And I think being fearless in the kitchen means you're willing to experiment and you're willing to see what is going to be good for your palate and what's going to taste good. And you don't have to follow a recipe for spices or different sweeteners. You can just try it. And at worst case scenario, if it's that bad, you throw it out and you start again. But you learn from those mistakes. You learn to use less or use different sweeteners. And you kind of gauge from there, instead of being in the kitchen and being so nervous because you don't know how to bake, or you don't know how to cook, and you've never made a smoothie. Guess what? I did not know how to make smoothies prior to 2 years ago. I didn't even know anything about hemp seeds or flax seeds. I was in a totally different gluten-free processed world, and I didn't even know what these ingredients were. So you kind of just learn and you gauge, and from there, you make these awesome, amazing smoothies that are going to be staples in your diet for your breakfast every single day, and it's great. So another way to get this kind of smoothie without using avocado, in case you don't like avocado, is steamed cauliflower. And I actually did a Periscope on this a while ago on steamed cauliflower. I know a lot of viewers were freaking out about the cauliflower. You don't taste it either. It's used as a neutral thickener, and you use about 1.5 cups of steamed cauliflower. So that's about it on my end. Do you guys have any questions? I just want to tell you guys to go check me out on Instagram, Goody Goody Gluten-Free. Again, my name is Julie Rosenthal. I'm a board-certified holistic health coach and a gluten-free blogger. And I hope you enjoyed the smoothie lesson today. So have a great day. Enjoy. Bye. I can never figure out how to tap this up. Double tap to flip camera. Oh my gosh. Well, you got me still. If you have any questions, now would be the time to ask. Double. Oh my gosh. Swipe down. Huh. What is happening? Swipe down.